Hi everyone. So it's Mental Health Day today. I think it's worldwide, not national. So I thought I'd make a little video about my mental health and have a catch up. If you're new here, my name's Rianne. I do kind of all kinds of random stuff here on my channel, just things that interest me, and I just document them on here. But occasionally I do want to use my platform to talk about my mental health and some of the issues that led to that. Today, I won't be talking about what issues led to my mental health, just more being open about my mental health. I've been wanting to actually talk to you guys for a while about it because I haven't been so good lately, and that's why you might see a bit more sporadic content on my channel at the moment. I do have anxiety, depression, and PTSD. We feel there may be, well, the doctors I've been seeing so far, they feel that I may have other issues as well, but they kind of need to get the ones that bother me under control before they can kind of find out other stuff. So I'm meant to be having therapy. I started getting treatment in 2018, not through lack of trying. I tried for a really, really long time. Sorry, I look awful today, but again, I just don't really feel very motivated to do anything at the moment. And I thought if I force myself to be doing my makeup today, that would be something that's just disingenuous because I really don't want to do my makeup. So I'm just going to just be raw and just, so apologies. But yeah, I started my medication in 2018. I was put on, I can't remember what it was, but it was really bad for me. And so I ended up changing to escitalopram, which the reason why I was going on medication was because my panic attacks had got to the point where they were like all the time. I'm quite good with panic attacks. It's one of those things that I experienced for years but never knew what it was. And just as I got older and my mental health started getting worse, I was just having them almost non-stop, and I was exhausted. So they put me on escitalopram, which did curb the panic attacks. But what it did do was a lesser version of what the previous medication did. So I kind of put up with it, which was it kind of made me completely wiped. I kind of felt not numb. I felt like I was just waiting to go to sleep, which I had trouble doing anyway, going to sleep. So then I'll just go to the next day. It's like, oh, I went to sleep. Now it's the next day. And I guess I wait to go to sleep again. And obviously with it all being COVID, there's like nothing for me to do. I'd lost my job that year. So I think everything just kind of piled on come 2020 from last year. And things just kind of got worse. And in the end, oh God, I want to say about 4 or 5 months ago this year, I took myself off the escitalopram because last year they told me they were going to give me therapy. Like since 2018, they gave me CBT, but they told me that I was going to go to therapy. Then when I got there, they said, no, it's CBT. Did that for a while. And then when I can't remember what it was, like some school situation had changed, and that meant I needed to come in on a Saturday, but they're like, oh, we can't do Saturday appointments. I was like, well, can I, I'm gonna have to come in with my little girl who's 2 at the time. I think she was little, she was in a buggy still. And they were like, no, you can't do that either because we don't want to have your kids around sensitive stuff. So they're like, if you're going to agree to it, we're just going to call it that you're done. And I'm like, well, I don't feel done. But if you're not going to let me have an appointment, then there's nothing I can do. So then I got referred for counselling, but they also told me that was therapy. They said that I could redo it. Like the CBT person said I could redo a therapy. And then so I thought I was then being referred for therapy, then it ended up being counselling. I didn't find that out until middle of 2020. I'd been to a couple of face-to-face counselling sessions that I thought was really good. But again, I thought it was therapy. I'd never been to therapy before, so I don't really know what it entails. So I've got a medical professional in front of me, so they're going to help me with my mental health. I just assumed that was my therapist. And then COVID happened, lockdown, and I had about 3 on the phone therapy sessions. And then she said, I think you need to go to therapy. And I was like, I thought I was in therapy. And she was like, no, this is counseling. So, and every time I do this, I have to explain my whole life story. Because like my counselor said, she said, my life has basically just been trauma after trauma after trauma. And the reason why it's probably all coming to a head now is because now I'm in a much more stable place in my life where there isn't trauma. And it's kind of given me a chance to kind of think about it. And so They said they're going to refer me for therapy, and this was like June last year, and I've not heard anything. I've been in my doctor's practice since I was 17, and they've always been rubbish. So I've decided to try and switch doctor's practice. But at the moment, I'm very demotivated. I'm having a lot of panic attacks again because I've come off my escitalopram. I'm having a lot of panic attacks. Not quite as bad as before when I was on them, but way more than when I was on them. Like, so before I was on them, I was having a terrible time. Then when I got on them, it was better with the panic attacks, but I was still feeling really wiped and I just felt really demotivated. So now I'm having all the panic attacks. I'm just exhausted. And I don't really want to do anything, but I do. Like, my brain's like, I want to go skating. I want to go do this. But then my body's just like, no. And also I've got some issues with my legs, like nothing to do with mental health here, but growing up I had a lot of problems in my legs. And as an adult, they've just kind of continued. And so recently I started taking cod liver oil tablets because when it comes to the evening, if I sit down for more than like 20 minutes and get up, I'll kind of like collapse back down onto the bed or onto the floor. I tend to try and check myself back on the bed because I'll just stand up thinking I'm just going to walk like normal. But then my legs is like, no, you're not going anywhere, bitch. So that's been bumming me out as well because I want to skate, then I don't feel like I want to get up and do it. And then when I actually get up and do it, it hurts and it's embarrassing. My poor husband, the amount of times he's seen me kind of like collapse, like crumble to the ground. He's like, oh, like that, like, you okay? It's like, yeah, I overestimated what my legs could do after I sat down for an hour. So everything is just kind of on top of itself. Anyway, basically I wanted to give you an update on how things are going, why there's not been many Tamagotchi videos, why there's not been many skating videos lately. I've just been very demotivated. Part of why I wanted to get into plants is that plants have always, like, I love being out in really overgrown areas. I was actually talking the other day about how my garden, if you've ever caught a glimpse of it in any of my videos, you'll see it's really overgrown. And that's partly because I'm lazy. I don't like gardening. And also partly I really love overgrown patches of land. I love them. I always have. I think it's because my mum was super lazy when I was a kid and the garden was left to us kids to do. So if it wasn't summer, it would just be overgrown for the rest of the year. And that's just kind of how I've grown up as well. I only really mow the lawn in the summer, and this year and last year I didn't do it at all. So it's like got 2 years of overgrowth right now. And I'm not gonna lie, I love it. But I love being out in nature, and because I don't really leave that much at the moment, or at all really, I don't really like going around people anymore. I thought I'd bring some nature in and hopefully I won't kill them this time. Normally I'm only really good with like low maintenance pets, but since I'm not busy anymore, I'm really busy with my kids, my house, so I feel like I can probably put some more time into them and actually like give them some care and attention and keep them alive. And so far I actually do feel much nicer being in my room. It feels really nice having all these plants around me, so that's part of why that's been occurring with the flowers. I have got some more plants come in. But yeah, basically that's what I wanted to share with you guys. As it is Mental Health Day, I wanted to just put myself out there and say that, you know, guys, I'm going through it. You're not alone. Like, whatever your mental health issues are, if you have them, like, they might be different from mine, they might be the same as mine, but we're all struggling. And this is a day where we can just like kind of give each other some love and support and just let each other know that we're not going through this on our own, although it does feel super lonely most of the time. I do know a lot of you guys also suffer with things. So I guess this is just a place where we can just have a little chat if you want. Let me know below if you want to talk about anything, or if you're having a really good day today, let me know, because I love when people are having a good day, and then sometimes I can kind of feed off of that a little bit because my day today hasn't been so great. So yeah, I mean, next we're going to go out for a little bit of a walk, take the dog out for a walk, and we're going to look for some pebbles to go in my Juliet, my Calathea medallion flower or plant. And we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm not going to keep you long. If you enjoyed this video, I guess give me a like, spread it out there a bit. Maybe there's some other people out there who need to know that they are not alone today, and today is a day to recognise mental health and just like take care of ourselves. So yeah, have a good one, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Fingers down my spine. Girl, you look mighty fine. Won't you rub your fingers down my spine? Girl, you look mighty fine. Won't you